Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. Be sure to let me know if you can hear me loudly and clearly, and if you hear any background noise, I apologize. This is the summer, and you know how that is in New York City. Guys, don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. We're live on multiple platforms, including Facebook, The Kempire, and Kempire Daily on Facebook. We're live, of course, on Kempire Daily, but we're also behind the scenes live on TikTok, The Kempire on TikTok. Head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel or Facebook. That way I'll be able to see your comments a lot easier, or you can just hang out behind the scenes and keep tapping your screens. Shout out to everyone that's watching from around the United States and around the world. Arizona, how is it feeling out there? Fort Lauderdale, love it, love it, love it. Los Angeles, Ohio, what's going on? Fort Bragg, North Carolina, love it. Los Angeles, New Hampshire, love it. New York's in the building. It's a hot one here in New York right now. A hot one. All right. Let me take this down. We got a couple of things that I want to talk about before we get into our Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip Season 2 recap of Episode 6. So it's all related. So you remember Carol Radziwill, you know, Princess Carol, who we would lovingly knew from Real Housewives of New York and her time on there. As you know, since then, she's really been outspoken about her time on the Real Housewives of New York. And now she's speaking out in regards to being featured on the show. As you know, they do a lot of flashbacks, and you see Carol. Carol's like, the Housewives need to unionize. She does not like the fact that they are continuously using her likeness on this show. However, in her contract, she kind of signed that off. This is what she took to Twitter and said. Okay, so Carol posted this in response to someone else that said, Carol Radziwill, I am dying that you are not on the Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip 1 and Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip 2, because you have to be featured on because you haven't featured on multiple occasions. I adore seeing you there, especially in flashbacks. Carol retweets this and says, thanks. Honestly, I don't love that Bravo TV shows me in flashbacks and can still talk about me rudely as the cast did in that awful Roni season 13. Ooh, they used me and now I'm not even getting paid for it. Laughing out loud. No residual payments. Reality contracts are seriously whack. Unionize, ladies. I know you all are going to have feelings about what Carol had to say, but it's in the contract. They don't get residuals off of continuously being repeated. And now they have Ultimate Girls Trip, they're really re-showing some old footage. And that's what we get from Ultimate Girls Trip. Constant flashbacks of some people that we haven't seen in a long time. But as you know, Carol leaving the Real Housewives franchise was a tumultuous one. And her relationship with Andy Cohen was really done with. She pretty much was done with the show and has revealed a lot of behind the scenes secrets. I believe she even told her her salary and things like that. I also saw that the Bravo docket was in the comment section saying, "Can we review your contract? Yes, can we please?" I would love for those attorneys to review that contract and let us know her options. At least it would be for free. I just don't know if she could let someone look at her contract. Could she? I mean, they're attorneys. That would be interesting. There might be some sort of legality reason why she couldn't. But I would love to hear it, and I would love to watch that episode. Not only are we going to be talking about Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip 2, Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip 3, as you know, was announced while I was away, and I talked to you about how Tinsley Mortimer dropped out at the last minute, and Portia Williams, formerly of Real Housewives of Atlanta, signed on up and is in Thailand with the other ladies. I also told you that there might be some issues between Portia Williams and Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac because of the fight between Candace and Monique. Monique has a friendship with Portia. But it seems like from this picture, all is good in the hood. So this is the first picture that Bravo dropped in regards to Ultimate Girls Trip. As you know, Ultimate Girls Trip, first premieres on Peacock, and then it airs on Bravo a couple of months later. And we're winding down with Ultimate Girls Trip 2, so perfect timing for the ladies to be in Thailand and filming. So it looks like Portia and Candace are getting along quite nicely. If you can take a look at this photo, We get to see, we'll start from the left. We got Heather Gay from Salt Lake City, her cousin, Whitney Rose, looking great. And oh gosh, Giselle, looking like Giselle, always. And our girl Alexia from Miami, Candace in the middle. And for a second there, I thought it was Dr. Wendy Asefo, but it's Portia Williams. She took a break from honeymooning. Well, not honeymooning because she's not married yet. From vacationing. There we go. With Simon Gobadia. And Leah McSweeney, who ruined the Roni franchise, well, the Roni series, is also there. And of course, Marisol. I mean, I'm excited to get back into the tropical version of Ultimate Girls Trip because I honestly, this is my opinion, my review. I prefer season 1 over season 2. Season 2, I don't mind. I love the Berkshires. I love being in the Berkshires, but it started to get a little redundant after episode 4. It's sort of like, okay, we're still here. We're still at the Berkshires. Dorinda is still drunk. I mean, so at this point, watching this episode, I did watch this episode twice today alone because, you know, I like to see things that I may have missed. But I don't know. How are you guys feeling about this episode? How would you rate this episode from 1 to 10? And I'm framing this to the live chat, but I'm also framing this to our replay crew because we'd love to hear what you guys have to say as well. So let me just start from the top. 'Tis the season. You guys know I love me some Christmas. So of course I'm going to love this episode. But as you know, in this episode, and I told you when we were talking about, you know, Ultimate Girls Trip and Phaedra being on the show, I said, I'm not sold on Phaedra. A lot of y'all love her little, you know, character moments in her confessionals. And yes, they're cute for the moment, but very much like what Tamara says in this episode, she really is guarded. She really does not share a lot. She really does not share a lot. And when she has a moment to share something deep about what's going on, what happened to her on this show, she decides to not address it. We'll get to that. Let me see what you guys are rating this episode. Yeah, Toonie says a 5. Redundancy. 7. 7. Okay. 7.5. Okay, 8.5. That's pretty good. 6. Candace says a 4. 7 out of 10. Omar says, to be honest, it was okay. Daughter of Zion says, the season 1 way better because the moment is in it. Kenya Moore. Let me see. Hey, Rakita. Rakita says 6. Vicky says 9. Okay. Annie says, I don't like season 2 either. It's really slow. Yeah. And I love the Berkshires. I really, really do. Not a 2.1. Damn, that's rough. A 6, a 2. All right. Judy says a 6. Uh-oh. Like Philia says, I haven't watched episode 6 yet. Well, let's talk about what happens in episode 6. So you remember last week's episode with Dorinda and Jill? They were going at it. They ended the episode with Dorinda and Brandy going at it because Dorinda decided to bring up an analogy, which we know never fares well on a reality show, specifically Real Housewives, about what if it was your son that died? And she was like, how dare you bring up my son? And look, we've discussed this last week. And I was like, you know what? That was a bit too far. And Dorinda was drunk again. And Dorinda's showing the behavior that got her put on pause again. But then I thought to myself, you know how many things Brandy Glanville has said that's been out of line? Producers, roll the tape. Oh, no producer. But seriously, the amount of things, even getting physical with a cast member, the amount of things that Brandy Glanville has said and done on this show. You've crossed the line when she used an analogy about her son. Yeah, the analogy was stupid. The analogy was too far. But the amount of things that Brandy Glanville has said and done on this franchise, and specifically on this show alone, girl, you've crossed the line so many times. There is no line when it comes to Brandy Glanville. As I've said before, I don't need Brandy to come back. I really don't need Brandy to come back. That's just my opinion. You might have a different one. Fine. And you know we love it when you guys have different opinions. So the next day, this is where this episode begins. The next day, we are recapping what happened the night before with Dorinda. Dorinda wakes up. She's like, I've never had a hangover like this before. Now I don't believe Dorinda, because Dorinda gave us the same line that she gave Bethany and the Roni cast. You know, I really don't drink like this, only when I'm with you girls. Really? Dorinda, look, you know I don't sit here and analyze and diagnose anyone that might have an alcohol problem. However, there might be an issue with alcohol in Dorinda. There might be an issue with substances with Dorinda. I don't know. I'm not an expert. But this is another time that we're seeing another side of Dorinda that I'm just like, Dorinda, Dorinda, Dorinda. And I love Dorinda. I really do. And Dorinda was so missed from Roni's season 13. But I think after people see her on this show, they're like, damn, Dorinda has not gotten better. She has not gotten better. However, she tries to make it nice the next day. She's hugging Jill. Her and Jill have made up. They seem to be in a better place. But we all know how this works with Dorinda. They get to a better place until Dorinda has another drink. Let's be real. Let's be real. All right. Dorinda also apologizes to Brandy. And I actually have to say, I do believe Dorinda's apology to Brandy. I felt like it was a genuine apology. She's like, you know, I used the wrong analogy. I should never brought up your son. I sincerely apologize to you for that. But of course, Brandy wants to have a moment. Brandy's trying to, at every turn, Brandy tries to turn it around and continue the drama instead of moving forward, which I understand because, like I said, Dorinda loves to make it nice the next day and then does it again. They also flash back to Dorinda canceling Christmas because this episode is called 'Tis the Season. Dorinda wants to do Christmas in September. And you know I love Christmas. So I was like, I'm here for it. And we also love Christmas at the Berkshires all the time. And we actually get that. We get the behind the scenes looks of how she gets her house together for Christmas. Dorinda does nothing. She hires people to handle those situations. Okay, she has two different teams: one that brings the stuff and one that decorates the stuff. I like it. I wish I had that situation. It's all me, but it's okay. It's all right. There's so many different little moments. Again, when you guys call in, feel free to bring up moments that I may have missed. I took as much notes as I could, but there's so many moments that they try to pack into this hour without commercials episode. Yeah, so if you're watching it with commercials, I'm sure it's a little bit longer for you. Thankfully, I don't have to watch it with commercials on Peacock. All right, so the night before, Dorinda cancels Christmas, and then the next day she's like, oh no, you can't cancel Christmas. All right, oh, here Danielle go, Team Dorinda. You'll have to explain that. Lil Baby says, I was here for Christmas in September. Now I want to do it. A Christmas pregame affair. Here's the thing, though. Seeing her decorate her home, the Berkshires, for Christmas in September, and is she going to take all that stuff down for Christmas in December? Because that's the part of me I'm like, no, I'm not putting out my Christmas stuff during the summer. I know a lot of people did Christmas in July during the pandemic. I did not, because I was like, I have way too many Christmas things. Maybe a Christmas tree I could see happening, but putting up all of my Christmas wares ahead of Christmas, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because then I would have to take it down. And then you're gonna be like, no, you don't have to take it down. Keep it up until the Christmas is out. And then I'm like, then it takes away from the great feeling of the Christmas season, at least for me. Do what you want in your house. I wonder if Dorinda kept it up. That's a lot of time and energy, but again, she's not doing it. So what is it to her? What is it to her? Okay. Vicky. I wanted to not like Vicky based off the things that we've heard and seen in early episodes. She was a Debbie Downer. Tamara called her a Debbie Downer in this episode alone. But when she was up in first of all, Tamara, I also did not get to report on Tamara coming back to the Real Housewives the Real Housewives of Orange County. She will be returning for next season, season 17. We hear that Vicky is trying to get back on of the show. Vicky, why are you so pressed to be on this show? You have a thriving business. Yes, I know you spent a good majority of your life on this show, but I mean, she's also really good on the show. Like, I get why she survived so long on Orange County, but them flashing back to her always talking about death in this episode alone, part of me feels like, okay, they know what people like, they know what people are going to gravitate to when it comes to them, but her sitting in the bed, just talking about we're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. And they flash back to when she said that before. We're all gonna die. And she said, I want you all to say, if I was to die, let them know I died sad. That made me laugh, though. I probably shouldn't be laughing. Damn, Naughty said she can't keep a man. Her time is over. Apparently, she feels the same way. All right, let's move on because there's so many other moments that I want to talk about. Guys, we have almost 500 people in the building. Don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel, but also other channels that talk about similar topics. Be sure to check out some of the things that you already missed today, including a story about Sheree Whitfield and Martell Holt from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Also, another story about Monique and her new Netflix special that's coming. And of course, our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap and our Married to Medicine recap as well. So let me get through this because I'm not going to be on here live because I will be going live on TikTok to watch the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and the Real Housewives of Dubai. I know currently Beverly Hills is on. So I appreciate all of you taking a moment out of your day to be here instead of there. Maybe you don't watch it. It's okay. All right. So Tamra and Phaedra go on a walk together. Okay. And as I said to you before, I feel like Phaedra is giving us a character versus giving us what's really going on with her. So this, for me, and if you saw the thumbnail, this episode really is about Phaedra not being real. Phaedra addressing why she left Real Housewives of Atlanta, why she was fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. There's been all kinds of rumors. There was a rumor that she was going to answer the question on this show. And according to her, she did have a long conversation about it. So when they brought it up at the wine tasting, she didn't want to answer it. But before we get there, Tamra talks to Phaedra and talks about how she doesn't open up about her own life. But we also find out that Phaedra is dating a physician. They've been dating for about 4 months. He said, I love you. We found out that Phaedra was divorced twice. And then she explained, like, Apollo appealed their original divorce and it was granted. So she had to divorce him again? Tamra also wants Phaedra to speak to Dorinda because, as you know, Dorinda has been drinking and getting angry and getting involved. The night before, she got into it also with Vicky in the car when Vicky was trying to text Steve Lodge's children, our daughter, for the birthday, and he's like, "Don't text him. It was just belligerent." Just belligerent. She was clearly drunk. I'm not taking advice from a drunk person. Sorry, Dorinda. Sorry. So Phaedra hosts this wine tasting. Mind you, she doesn't really drink. That's like me hosting a wine tasting. I've been to a wine tasting, literally passing it off to my friend. You can drink it. Just saying. But she pulls out in a prayer. She pulls out a prayer. It wasn't planned. She just brought a prayer book and she pulls out a prayer. She reads a prayer. She gets emotional. Okay, everyone gets emotional. And then she also talks to Dorinda and confronts Dorinda on her behavior, but in a loving way. But this is when Vicky brings up to Phaedra, she wants to ask the entire group, why were you fired from your show? Phaedra refuses to talk about it. Let's take a listen to Phaedra's interview with Entertainment Tonight and what she said there in regards to why she was fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, I'll play it and then we'll get into other parts. Other parts. Hold on, y'all. Let me pull this up for a second. I just want to make sure I have something that you guys are looking at while you're looking. And guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like the video. This is our Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip recap. We normally would do this on Friday, but I wasn't here last Friday, so we probably will be live again this Friday to talk about it. Okay, the next episode. I believe there's only one more episode. And I know that Brandy Glanville has been asking for a reunion. I thought they would do what they did with season 1. Another Watch What Happens Live reunion so they can get the ratings up. Okay. Take a listen to this.
I think fans were a little surprised that you didn't pull the string that Vicky handed you. Talk about your exit.
So talk to me about, Phaedra, you're gonna go first. Your departure story. Was it just accepted and good? You're not gonna do that.
Why did you choose not to go there when you had the opportunity?
Actually, we had spoke about it earlier, and so they chose not to, air it in its entirety. However, that was, and just to be very honest, that was 5.5, 6 years ago. And there's two sides to that story. You only heard one, and obviously they chose not to play the other side. And so, it is what it is. But I'm living in the present, and I think, people realize, the people that know. And most of the people knew, and they still know.
Is there anything you want to say now? Is there anything you wish had aired that you wish the fans kind of knew about your situation?
You know what? I'll say it like this. It is what it is. I mean, people are going to like you, and they're going to believe whatever side they want to believe. And I think my record speaks for itself. Not one day is going to obviously be my legacy. And that was some BS, as I said then. And and it's still some BS. And obviously I'm back in the Bravo family. So that speaks volumes, shall we say. Obviously there was this whole issue with me, and they didn't want to be bothered with me. You wouldn't see me popping up at every event because I didn't invite myself, baby.
Only God can judge me, and he seems quite impressed.
Word on the street is, and when I say word on the street, I mean the blogs, the blind items, is that you are soon to pick up a peach again. Do you think a peach is coming back?
No, I don't want to pick up a peach. If I wanted a peach, I would have a peach pie. But that's not, no. As I've made it very clear, that's not what I want to do. No. I will be yachting. Let them continue to sail away on the Titanic.
Do you think you and Kandi will ever be in the same room again?
We've been in the same room several times. So that's, this is Atlanta. So we've been in the room.
They've been in the room. Okay, so where do I even begin with this non-addressing of what happened? I mean, we've heard all kinds of rumors. People have said Carlos King was the producer behind the Kandi rumors from that season, and that's why you didn't see him after that season. That's why people say that he has an issue with Kandi. They said that he fed this information to Phaedra. He's denied it, but she has never really 100% said anything. And her constantly saying you only heard one side of the story. We literally saw at the reunion Andy Cohen, you can say what you want about him, but he asked her to explain her side. Anyone else remember that? I don't remember a lot from all these reunions, but I do remember them trying to give her an opportunity to say something. And again, Shady Faye lives up to being Shady Faye. Well, here's the thing. Word on the street, and you heard this from me. Word on the street. The reason why she doesn't want to return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, first of all, again, Kandi has already said that if Phaedra returns, she won't be on the show. Okay? And she has multiple times said that and referred to Real Housewives of Atlanta as a sinking ship. Okay. Well, as you also know, we've seen her on Ultimate Girls Trip, but we also recently saw her on Real Housewives of Dubai. And I told you that was she brought nothing. She brought nothing. Well, I hear, according to sources, that they are looking to bring Phaedra as a friend of to the Real Housewives of Dubai for season 2, allegedly. We're not interested, producers. I know you watch, specifically the Dubai producers. We're not interested in Shady Faye coming to the Real Housewives of Dubai. I'd much rather you work with the cast that you have and add some new ladies. We are tired of the recycled Housewives that you continuously try to force down our throats. I know there are plenty of people, oh, we love Phaedra, she needs to come back. I want Phaedra to finally address what people have been asking her to address. You said, oh, they're not telling your side. They decided to edit it out. Okay, they edited it out. Clear your name. Because you have been the only one that's really gotten the brunt of this accusation. So, which says to me, because you have never clearly cleared your name or clearly said what happened there or who told you that information, says to me that you are either protecting someone, which makes you just as bad as that person you're trying to protect, or basically what we saw play out on the show is 100% true. That you made up this rumor and you tried to spread it through Portia. Because I was sitting here ready to be like, oh, now it makes complete sense. Thank you, Phaedra, for clearing it up. Now I can change my mind about Phaedra. No, Shady Faye is still shady. And still doing shady business, allegedly. And she clearly says, oh, well, clearly the Bravo, universe still wants me around. They brought me back. Well, is that because it was a producer that they haven't brought back? Is that why they decided, oh, we put you on pause and now we're bringing you back now? Because it's been long enough. People keep asking for Phaedra to come back. No. Phaedra on Ultimate Girls Trip has been a big womp, womp, womp. I don't care what anyone says. In my opinion, you guys can have your opinion. I'm going to have my opinion. She has offered us nothing. Literally, Tamara says in this episode, you feel so guarded. I feel like you're not sharing anything. I don't need a housewife coming on this show, giving us what Phaedra gave us on Ultimate Girls Trip. Shady commentary, that's cute. We do that here. Okay? We don't need that on Dubai. We don't need that on Atlanta. You might be calling Atlanta a sinking ship, but that ship's still sailing. Where's your ship headed? Just saying. Where's your ship headed? Phaedra talks a lot, and she loves to talk in circles like a good lawyer. Unfortunately, she's not a good lawyer. She's not. We've seen it on the show. Hence why she's decided to lean away from law and work in, what is she doing now? She went to mortuary. She's not even doing the mortuary stuff. At least not from what we can see. Someone says, she's still like, yeah, she still has a law firm. I don't know what kind of law she's doing. Vicky says Dubai is not her ship. No, producers, we don't. If she had brought a lot on the episode that she was on a couple of weeks ago, I would have been like, yes, okay, we can test her out in Dubai. No, we don't need any more shady characters in Dubai. We don't need any more shady characters in Dubai. We have enough. Oh, yes, the sea moss powder. Thank you, Russ. I can get my sea moss right here. Just saying. I can't tell you how frustrated I was seeing the clip before I actually watched the episode, then watching the entire episode. She literally, in that moment when Vicky asked her the question, she's like, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that. And then she says on her Entertainment Tonight interview, well, we had talked about it before. And girl, you could easily shut it down and say, this is what happened. But maybe she signed an NDA with Bravo and they agreed. Who knows? All kinds of things happen behind the scenes. Maybe that's why they decided to bring her back. It still doesn't make any sense. It's still a big mystery. I wonder if Kandi knows what really went down there. Or does she know as much as we know? I just feel as if Kandi knows. Maybe she decided, oh, you got rid of Phaedra. I won't speak on it anymore. But now I'm really starting to believe the rumors that Carlos King may have been involved. I don't even know what button to press. I'm starting to believe that. Anyone else? I mean, he's denied it. He's definitely denied it multiple times. But now I'm starting to believe, based on the things that I've been hearing and seeing, that maybe it wasn't just Phaedra and it was a producer involved. The producer that you no longer see on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And they all agreed that they wouldn't talk about it. I don't know. Paola, speak on it. And she loves to call Atlanta a sinking ship. No, they're good. They're good. That's not a sinking ship. Reality TV has been seeing a downside in ratings across the board. Okay? If we really want to talk about it, we love Ultimate Girls Trip. However, that if we're going to talk about, that's not even a ship. That is the canoe. That is the life raft for these housewives. Did she forget who she was on this life raft with? Dorinda, who keeps saying that she's on pause. Brandy, fired. Taylor, fired. Tamara, fired, but rehired. She's the only one so far that's been rehired. Just saying. Ooh, Linda says Carlos is doing the same thing he did with the Housewives franchise to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Well, I don't know. All right. I have to say this episode towards the end, I love the Christmas in September. I love the white elephant game where one person picks a gift. If the next person wants that gift, they can take the gift. I like that game. We saw that on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Not sure if we saw that on any other Housewives show, but I just most recently remember it on Atlanta. You remember when Drew brought her gift? So I liked that game, but I didn't love all of the Brandy being extra, trying to her and Taylor kissing. I agreed with Eva, and you know, Eva's had some rumors about her. You know what I mean? And Eva was like, ugh. And I don't think Eva was saying because it was girl on girl. I think Eva was just like, ew, the two people that were doing it. Just saying. Just saying. Oh my goodness. The Christmas in September also revealed more about the Denise. See, like this is what I like about the show is that it's clearing things up. It's revealing information that we wanted answers to. We thought we were going to get a final answer to the Phaedra situation, but we didn't. But we did get more information about Denise Richards. So you may have already seen this on the blogs. If you're not, let me tell you what's been going on, at least here on Ultimate Girls Trip. Tamara says that she believes Brandy because at the last BravoCon, Denise was constantly texting her and flirting with her, wanting to have a romantic night with her. Look, I don't think any of us didn't believe Brandy. We just felt like it was weird that they were pressing so hard to get to the answer about this. It's like, girls, do you have nothing else to do? You know how they do in Beverly Hills. They always beat a dead horse. It was sort of like, okay, if she doesn't want to talk about it, she doesn't have to talk about it. Brandy also reveals, we heard the rumors that Brandy was supposed to be at the reunion, but because of Denise Richards, she was not. So she wore the dress to Christmas in September. She wore the dress she was supposed to wear, which is far too short, Brandy. And Brandy grinding on everyone and kissing. And I'm with Vicky. I'm with Vicky on that one. No, I don't need. Not everyone is fluid. It's okay, girl. We don't need all of that. And again, it's the forced antics from Brandy that I'm like, I don't need that on Real Housewives. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't even want it on this show. When we saw the trailer for this, I was like, if this is going to be an entire season of constant, trying to kiss on this one and playing games of who would you want to sleep with in the group, Vicky was like, none of y'all. She's like, strictly, Just saying. I'm just saying. But it seems as if Tamara dropped the ball in regards to Denise Richards' situation. Denise Richards is never coming back to this show. And Denise, you're better off not coming back because in some shape or form, producers are going to try and bring this up on Ultimate Girls Trip, on the show of Beverly Hills. So you're never going to escape it because you're refusing to just own, yes, I slept with her, whatever. Let's move on. First of all, I don't know why you would want to sleep with Brandy Glanville, because anything you tell Brandy or do with Brandy is ultimately going to end up on the show. Just saying. And she does. Brandy looks like Janet Dickinson. Guys, if you haven't already, we have almost 700 people in the building for our Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip X Wives Club recap. Be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting our channel and other channels that talk about similar topics. We will be live shortly, so I won't be on here long. So I am going to drop the call-in link for everyone in just a second. So everyone, you'll have to be quick because I have to be on TikTok, right? TikTok, in a few to watch Beverly Hills and not Ultimate Girls Trip, Beverly Hills and Dubai. And tomorrow will be our recaps. All right. Exactly. Marquita says, Brandy is kiss and tell every time. Every time. Yeah, I saw that too. Oh yeah. Lila says, I also hated how she ripped Marco's shirt off. Yeah, we talked about that before, because I say if it was a woman, if it was vice versa, we would be having a very different conversation. Okay, I did love it at the top of this episode. We got Marco talking about the ladies and the dynamics. I like him a part of the cast this season. Let's keep doing that for Ultimate Girls Trip. I wonder who it will be for Thailand. All right. Let me drop the call-in link for you guys so you can share your thoughts on Ultimate Girls Trip as well. Let me just do this. Okay. And there we go. And TikTok, thank you all for being here behind the scenes. Be sure to tap your screens. Thank you in advance for the likes and the follows. Like I said before, we will be live again at about 9:30 for our watch party for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and Dubai. Thank you, Doris. Doris says, Kempire, I just love you. So genuine and funny. Thank you. Let me see what you guys are saying behind the scenes here. Uh-oh. Deborah says, Beverly Hills is so boring. I had to put them on pause to watch a recap. Oh my goodness. Marjan, thank you so much for letting people know to like the video. And yes, we have a TikTok party happening very shortly. Ree says, poor Marco. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I wonder if he really is sort of like a butler and does this work for real? Or is he like a hired actor doing this? It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me. Any way to get work for TV, why not? Why not? All right. Uh-oh. Sonia says, he doth protest too much. I knew Denise did it. She was shifty. The truth would piss off her husband. Maybe. I'm not one of those people that feels that Denise Richards needs to come back. No. They did show a flashback to Camille dancing. You remember Camille when she was dancing? I'm about to fall over. I can't even dance like that. I dance with rhythm. But remember, she was like a dancer before she married Kelsey Grammer. I want to see Camille on Ultimate Girls Trip. I want to see Camille come back to Beverly Hills. I've been saying that she would stir the pot. Just saying. And I think she would be on the Sutton and Garcelle side of things. Bring her back. Bring her back. Especially because you're getting rid of Diana and you're probably going to get rid of Crystal too. And you're probably trying to get rid of Lisa Rinna. I think the reason why Lisa Rinna has been so upset because she probably knows producers are probably testing to see what the episodes look without her. And the episodes have still done well with very little Rinna. Rinna was so upset this week. She was like, I just thought the producers would, honor Lois more. She's mad that she's not being featured. She wants her grieving process featured. If they featured your grieving process, the people probably like you even less, if that's even possible. All right. Guys, let's get into some callers because, like I said, I'm not going to be up here long because we will be having a watch party on TikTok shortly. Chef Betty, thank you so much for the super chat. She says, Phaedra is likable on Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip because in comparison to Dorinda, everyone looks saintly. Plus, she has witty sayings and seems put together. They adore her. Okay. Look. Okay. um. Lisa Rinna is acting out on social media as per usual. As per usual. All right, let me get to some folks back behind the scenes, and we're going to take some callers right now, guys. I did just post the call-in link. We're not going to be up here long, so I'm not going to be posting it again. Sorry. We will be live tomorrow for Beverly Hills and Dubai, so you'll have an opportunity to call in and share your thoughts. Right now, we're talking about Ultimate Girls Trip. Let me bring up Kari. What's going on, Kari?
Oh, hi. Shit, I was muted. My bad.
Language.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. Oh, dang. All right. Let's start over. What's up, Kempire?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing good. All right. So I just want to say two quick things. First off is about Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip 3. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, but Candace and Portia started getting into it because of something that Portia said on Giselle's podcast. So I'm very interested to see how that dynamic is going to be with with Giselle and Candace being into it right now, but them having been on the same side with the Monique situation. I'm very interested into seeing how that's going to play out. So I just wanted to remind y'all about that. And with Phaedra, now we all know that Phaedra is sketchy, and we all know like that we can poke holes in the things that she says, but like specifically when she was like, well, we talked about it earlier. Okay, well then if you talked about it earlier, you can talk about it right now. That's not telling us why you didn't say anything right now. Like you should just say there's nothing I can say. I was wrong. But you keep making excuses. You keep making it seem as if like there's some hidden thing. Like, no, we heard two sides. We heard Candy's side and we heard Portia's side. The girl you're still friends with, the girl that you still be on her Instagram with, she's the one that said you said that, and you're still clicking it up with her. So what really can you say besides I was wrong? Like Phaedra, I think people just need to stop putting her on TV. I really do. I think it's very just detrimental to like society just to have this woman consistently like make excuses for falsely accusing someone of attempting to not only assault somebody but drug them. Like it was like this whole nefarious plan that you had built it up. Like either you explain it or you get off TV. It's really that simple.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Kari. Bye. All right, guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, specifically Phaedra not addressing the big elephant in the room. What happened when you left Real Housewives of Atlanta? What really happened? She refuses to say what it was. She's like, she has never given us any sort of explanation, even at the reunion when she was asked about it. And she wouldn't even give an apology to Kandi. Like, nothing's happening there. All right. Let me bring up Janelle's backstage. Hold on. What's going on, Janelle?
Bonjour. How are you, Kempire?
Oh, well, how are you?
I'm good. Have you eaten tonight?
Yes, I have.
Okay, good. Because we don't like to go hungry in these places. Okay?
No.
Yep. Anyway, first off, I agree with the caller before about Phaedra. I love her, but unless you're gonna keep it real, girl, don't be on Real Housewives. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I want to talk about Tamara and Vicky. Oh my God, I watched Watch What Happens Live last night, and let me tell you something. I'm happy Tamara's coming back to OC, okay? Because she's gonna stir up the drama. It's gonna be juicy. But Vicky, listen, girl. This has been the time to get drunk and be stupid when that man dumped you, okay? Show him what he's missing out on. Now, I don't always agree with Vicky because she be driving me crazy half the time, but oh my God, show Steve Lodge his boring behind, like how good of a catch you are, okay? Like, show him, because what he doing? Nothing, except cheating on you, okay? And now he married to some younger person that probably gonna leave him after 2-3 years when she realized that he ain't got no money, that the money was really with Vicky. Okay? And also, Vicky, stop trying to get on OC. Girl, the ship has sailed. Goodbye. Let Tamara come on, stir some drama. Because let me tell you, this is how I'm envisioning it, and I'm gonna hop off. I'm envisioning on next season of Real Housewives, it's gonna be a team. It's gonna be a team up. It's gonna be Heather. It's gonna be Shannon. It's gonna be what's the third one they're bringing? Oh, Bellino. Jesus Jugs. They're gonna all team up against Tamara. Tamara's gonna be like, nah, it's okay. I'm good by myself. And then Emily, because they're bringing back Emily. Emily may have to choose sides, but remember, Emily and Tamara don't always get along. But Tamara did give Emily a compliment on another episode of Watch What Happens Live, where she thought Emily was good for the show. So Emily, maybe coaxed by a producer, maybe like, okay, I'll get on Tamara's side, or I'll try to be the mediator. Oh, next season may be juicy. Okay, that's all I gotta say. But Kempire, I will see you later. Meow.
Hi, Janelle. She just made me interested. Anyone else? I will see. I don't know how I feel about Orange County. I got into it last season and I was like, I wasn't sad to see Dr. Jen go. I wasn't sad to see Noella go, to be honest, even though Noella brought a lot last season. However, yeah. All right. Let's get to these other callers. Fierce Trekker, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Fierce?
Hey, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So I was just going to say two things really quickly. If, like, just to repeat what everyone else has said, if Phaedra doesn't address why she left, she just doesn't need to come back. Don't want to hear from her. She can go back to wherever she came from. We just don't care. The second thing is that, so at the top of the show, you mentioned your video about Monique coming back to Netflix. Sorry, I have my dog. But I think that gave me really hope that Nene could come back to Atlanta. Like, if Monique can go on social media and trash and sue Netflix, then I think Nene should, and then work with them, then I think Nene should be able to go back to work at Bravo, because although we don't like Phaedra, she is right. Atlanta is really like a sinking ship. I mean, I didn't even watch last season, so I just couldn't. So yeah, that's all. Okay, thanks for letting me call. Bye.
Of course, bye. I mean, she brings up a valid point. Who would have thought that Monique would be coming to Netflix after all the hoopla that she caused? Who would have thought? Now I'm thinking maybe Nene could return. Honestly, I would love if Nene returned, especially if she came on an Ultimate Girls Trip. We'll put Atlanta to the side. Wouldn't you watch an Ultimate Girls Trip with Nene and then talk about all the things, including this lawsuit, which she probably can't divulge too much about? I think that's probably Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip season 7 before we get there. The last that we reported on that lawsuit, Eddie Cohen, Bravo are trying to have this lawsuit moved to New York and into arbitration. I haven't seen an update since then, so stay tuned. All right, let's get to some more callers. Crazy, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. So I actually really like this episode of Ultimate Girls Trip. I actually watched it 5 times. I was cracking up. I mean, it gave me, we had a little drama, we had a little resolution for Dorinda and how Brandy was telling her, and Phaedra were telling her that, you need to get it together with your drinking or else you'll be canceled forever. We had Phaedra, well, she didn't discuss her life too much, but we kind of we saw her. I mean, I kind of agree with you. I don't think Phaedra needs to come back to Atlanta, and I also don't think Nene needs to come back to Atlanta. I thought Nene, ever since she started crashing the Trump checks, Nene's been just annoying and too high bridges for everybody else, even though Atlanta made her. Yeah. And my favorite part of the episode was Joe Zarin getting upset for not being chosen to have sex. No, for not being chosen to have sex with. I was dying.
I love Joe.
When she was yeah, nobody chose to have sex with me, so I don't want to play anymore. I was dying.
She was quiet.
Yeah, she was quiet, and then also when Vicky said, when I'm gonna if I die tomorrow, tell everybody that I was sad. She was very sad. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, sorry. It was funny, but yeah, no, I thought it was a great episode. I kind of want to see this cast come back for RHUGT's Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip season 2, but I want them to go somewhere else. I felt like they were kind of cheated out of their episode, even though they did carry the show. They are carrying that show really well.
Okay.
But anyway, that's it.
Thank you so much for calling in.
No problem.
Bye. I see, and guys, if you're new to the channel, we love everyone's opinion. As long as you are respectable with your opinion, we love it. We love it. And look, you don't have to agree with me. Replay crew, I want to know your thoughts. What did you think of this current episode? What do you think about the ladies that are on the season? Do you want to see a second season of the Ex-Wives Club? Maybe, maybe. All right, let me bring up Dewan next. Oh, wait, 1 second. Thank you so much. So Haloa? I apologize. Love you, Kim. I love Jill. She totally made a total come around from how she was on Real Housewives of New York. Love her. Eva, Brandy, Phaedra, give me life. I completely forgot to talk about Jill in this episode. There were some moments with Jill that I'm just like, the preview for this season did not really highlight Jill, but we really got to see a lot more of Jill. I wouldn't mind seeing Jill return to the franchise, but I have a feeling Jill is a nightmare behind the scenes. Her denying about the whole Bobby cameras at the funeral, like she's still in delusion. She just wanted to move on. She just wanted to move on from that conversation. And I get it because you were lying. All right. I'm going to pick up Dewan next. What's going on, Dewan?
Hey, what's up, Kempire?
How are you?
First of all, I'm so glad you're back. I was so bored over at work. I didn't have anything to do. I was like,
Sorry.
But did Taylor have work done?
I believe so. I don't know. I don't know if she's admitted it, but it looks like it.
I'm in the photos or in the press, and then based off what we see on TV, two different things. I'm like, what is going on? But I also wish that we got to see a little bit more of what Eva is showing us now in Atlanta. Yeah. I felt like I would have liked her a little bit more in Atlanta, and I've loved her since she was on Top Model, but she just showed us a different side that I thought was great. I agree with so many of the commenters as it relates to, Vicky, like, girl, how could you let this man stay in your home in Mexico doing God knows what with your money? Like, that's
and with God knows who.
Exactly. It shows a real insecurity, and I hope she gets that fixed. But I love Phaedra. I love Phaedra on everything. That's me and you disagree on only two things, and I've noticed Phaedra and Marlo, because I live for Marlo too. But that's all I wanted to say. I appreciate having you.
But wait, I have to ask you a question since we disagree on the whole Phaedra situation. What do you think about in regards to Phaedra's explanation of what went down and why she was fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Listen, I kind of was in the chat talking about that briefly. Was she wrong? Absolutely. Should she have been reprimanded? Yes. But it was almost nearly a decade ago. At some point, we need to move on. I think she should, again, look, because when stuff like that happens, stand in it. Yes, you did it. Apologize and, try to create a solution. I think at this point, she doesn't want to be back on Atlanta, but it would have been nice to have her back on Atlanta, just to kind of round things out there. But I mean, yeah, she was wrong. She was absolutely wrong. But I'm not going to bash her for the rest of her life over that.
But here's the thing. Kandi, in her explanation on why she still holds a grudge, I don't know if those are the words that she used, but the reason why she still has an issue with Phaedra is because anytime an issue of a Bill Cosby come up or an R. Kelly or her own friend Tiny NTI, people in her comment section bring up the Phaedra thing. They associate her. She still deals with rumors that were started on this show.
But and I don't want to take up too much time. I'm so sorry, but
that's okay. I'm asking you questions.
The rumors, I mean, I think but we see Kandi. I mean, she's got the businesses. I told you, I was down at OLG. People still support her. Nobody actually believes that she tried to rape Phaedra. At least I don't. And I think, yes, it was something set up for TV, a scheme that Carlos set up.
So you believe Carlos was behind it?
I do. I believe that wholeheartedly because he just strikes me as the type that would, stir the pot. And it's interesting, like you said, that he hasn't been seen since as it relates to a Bravo series or a spinoff or anything. And so I just hope that we could all move on. I even want them to move on with Lenithia because I need my girl back. Like, it's a mess. I got a really good story to tell you about. I was at Lenithia's, her lounge. But I guess I'll wait till Atlanta to tell you the story.
No, you can tell us now because she's out on Atlanta.
First of all, she charges for everything. I'm just gonna tell you that you got to pay $40 to park in the shopping center parking lot. But the food was phenomenal. It was a great setup and everything. Craziest thing happened to me though. We were in there for about 2 hours. It started to like dim out. I was like, what's going on, you know? But we were locked in there with the Migos, and like they were having a birthday party for their mom, and Nene was there. Derek J was there. So it was awesome. I was like living a reality dream.
Wow.
And yeah, so it was really cool. I got the best photos and videos. I'll have to share it with you someday.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. I definitely, yeah. Go check out her restaurant. It's great.
All right. Thank you, Dewan, for calling in.
Of course. Be safe.
You too. All right. And last but not least, I'm going to bring up Joanna in just a second. But guys, if you're just joining us, be sure to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting our channel. Normally, we don't do our Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip recap now. However, we missed it last week. We will be live again Friday evening to recap Ultimate Girls Trip. I'm guessing this is going to be the season finale, maybe, or maybe there's 2 more episodes. I know Brandy Glanville was asking and pleading with Andy, we need a reunion. We need a reunion. Live chat. Do you think we need a reunion? I want to know. Replay crew. Do you think that we need a reunion? I mean, I still feel like we need a reunion for season 1. I didn't like the Watch What Happens Live version reunion. I felt like we needed an actual reunion. So if they're going to do one like you did with Watch What Happens Live, whatever. All right, let me bring up Joanna. What's going on, Joanna?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yep, I can. First of all, I wish it would cool down because I know it's a little spicy outside right now.
Ooh.
And I'm guessing that's why you're not shimmying for the dollars.
Oh,
but you know I always got a picture about that.
I know.
Yeah, Brandy, girl, she is a sloppy mess and she needs to act her age. Like it wasn't cute when she was younger 10 years ago doing it on TV, but now it's just tired as hell. Stop.
Right.
Phaedra, like, being a Southern Belle myself, I cannot see it for Phaedra. I can't. Like, you were a terrible attorney. Bob Whitfield beat you in court. The mortuary business hasn't done numbers because nobody hears about it except for when they watch reruns of Atlanta. You lied. Just say you lied. Whoever told you that you lied. Say, I hated Candy's guts at that moment. Somebody told me something and I ran with it, even though I didn't believe it because we all know Candy don't drink, Candy don't do drugs, none of that. It could have been resolved way earlier, but she lets it drag on, which is why people are still like, no, sit down. We don't want to see you. She's boring on Ultimate Girls Trip. She was casket boring on Dubai. I don't need to see her. Like, I just don't. I love Eva on here, and I did enjoy this episode because everybody was light and funny and getting along, and it was cute. It was really cute. But yeah, Phaedra, it's a no for me, dog.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in, Joanna, as always. Stay cool.
You're welcome. One last thing real quick, because I didn't get to call in when we did the Married to Medicine. Contessa needs to worry about the fact that her and Scott are not board certified yet. That's what she needs to focus on. And not Dr. Heavenly and all her businesses. That's it.
Have we confirmed that? Because I know we've said that multiple times, but have we confirmed?
I Googled smoogled because Dr. Obi said something about it in the chat when we did the live earlier. And 2018, like, it was confirmed on what I was looking at that, like, when you look up the credentials of the doctors in Atlanta, her nor Scott were certified. We're not board certified. So yeah, that was it. See you at the watch party.
Thank you, Joanna. I mean, are you going to a doctor that's not board certified? I'm not. I mean, we've said this before, but then I thought to myself, that needs to be public information because if you go to a doctor, you need to be able to confirm those details. I need a doctor to explain to me if they would go to a doctor that wasn't board certified. I mean, the boards are hard. They're both not board certified? I thought it was just Dr. Contessa. Damn. Anyways. Mocha, happy belated birthday. I saw that in our Discord. Happy belated birthday. And Mocha says we do not need a reunion for Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Shout out to all of you guys that have joined our Discord. Head on over to TheKempire.com/Discord. And if you act up, you will be kicked out. That's going slowly but surely. We're going to be weaning out people that act up in the Discord. The Discord is supposed to be a healthy community of like-minded individuals that want to have conversations about what we're talking about here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel or on TikTok or on our various platforms. This is our community. No one else's. All right. So be sure to join if you haven't already. Rakita says, not board certified, clutches pearls. Just saying. I'm going to get behind that. I'm going to get that information. All right. Anyways, happy birthday to anyone celebrating a birthday that may have celebrated a birthday while we were away. Even though we weren't really away, we just weren't doing lives. I still was giving you a video at least one a day. Just saying. Just saying. And I might be going away again. Look. Working independently means that I should be able to travel more, not travel less. Just saying. I always try to make sure I have internet though. Guys, I appreciate you all being here. I will be live on TikTok at 9:30 p.m. Eastern for our Real Housewives of Beverly Hills watch party and Dubai party. And we're going to watch What Happens Live just to support our girl, Lisa Milan. And when I say our girl, our Black girl. I appreciate you all being here. Have a great rest of your evening. I'm going to go rest my voice. I'm not going to talk a lot during our watch party because this is our 3rd live of the day. This is my 5th video of the day. Just saying. And I thank you all. Shout out to my mods. Guys, don't forget to show love to our moderators. Don't forget to show love to yourselves, but also show love to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. We appreciate you helping us keep the lights on here at the studio and for us to elevate and move into a bigger and beautiful studio. Let's create it, right? That way you guys can travel to New York and be in the studio audience. Let's co-create that. All right? Guys, if you wanted to join our Discord, head on over to TheKempire.com/Discord. And in order to join our community here on YouTube, head on over to TheKempire.com/join. And for all the links, TheKempire.com/links. All right. And of course, our merch is here. Head on over to House of Kempire. That's HAUS of Kempire.com for our Kempire Black label merch. More really great things are coming there as well. A lot of good things are coming. Thank you all for being here. I will see you guys. Not at BravoCon. Joking. I have to first see if I'm going to even be in town for BravoCon, y'all. But if I am, I'm not going to be at BravoCon. Maybe we'll do something separate. Don't tell anybody. You know they like to copy. Let's get out of here, y'all. I'll see you guys later. Come on.
Oh my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I got to have it. I got to say it again. Oh my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I got to have it. Ooh, baby. You're a sugar dripping, chocolate covered waffle cone. No, I can't leave that boy alone. Need a taste up in the morning. You got a girl just jonesing. Need a fix from my favorite type of candy store. Got me shaking, going out of control. Let me have a little something. You know I'm hooked up on that loving. Let's rock, roller skate. Let the stress just slide away. Oh, baby, no, don't ever let me go. No, don't ever let me go. Champagne, let's celebrate. Let that old school record play. Oh, baby, no, don't ever let me go. No, don't ever let me go. Oh, my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I got to have it. I got to say it again. Oh, my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I got to have it. Ooh, baby. You got me feeling like I'm overheating in the shade. There's a rise up in the centigrade. Need a taste to keep me going. You know you keep a girl jonesing. I need a hit, keep it coming, ain't no antidote. One kiss, that's all she wrote. I'm an addict, I confess it. Ooh, this love is a blessing. So let's rock, roll, skate. Let the stress just slide away. Oh, baby, no, don't ever let me go. No, don't ever let me go. Champagne, let's celebrate. Let that old school record play. Oh, baby, no, don't ever let me go. No, don't ever let me go. Oh, my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I got to have it. I got to say it again. Oh, my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I got to have it. Oh, baby. Oh, my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I got to have it. I got to say it again. Oh, my, you got that hotter than a summertime in July. Time magic, and I